Hey everyone, and welcome back to the King of Random. As you can see, this is not the regular studio, but whether you're a longtime fan of the channel or new, we are so glad you're here today because we're diving into something extra special. And as you know, we're all about carrying out Grant's incredible mission of exploring curiosity, pushing the boundaries of backyard science, my backyard's right there, and making the impossible feel just a little bit closer to reality. In honor of that legacy, I thought it was the perfect time to break down some of our favorite TKOR DIY projects ever. Thank you for joining me for this remembrance of Grant. And as I alluded to in a previous video, one of the things that I really want to step into as Grant's wife and the owner of TKOR and the one trying to figure out what the heck to do with this amazing channel, what I really want to do is take a walk down memory lane and honor and remember what it is that my husband created this channel with and the passion that he lived with, because that's truly what has inspired so many of you. And what was the most inspiring thing for me being married to someone like Grant is the passion with which he lived and the unabashed curiosity with which he would figure things out, ask questions, be curious. And that was something that nobody I knew did the way he could do, which is why this grew to be what it was, and which is why I feel a special responsibility to carry on and just at least honor what it is that he started. What I want to do is ask you to join me as I walk down memory lane, because what I haven't been able to do these last 5 years is walk down that path, because it's a lonely, sad path full of a lot of grief for me. But I feel like it's time. I feel like I'm ready. And I feel like it's time to remember everything that I loved about him, because so many aspects of my life have brought me back around to where he and I started this. Now, these are the builds, these are the experiments, and the wild ideas that have inspired millions of you to get hands-on and try something new. So let's jump right into the first video. First up, the powdered sugar rockets. Now this one was a total blast, literally. We took very simple ingredients that you can find in your kitchen, which in this case was my kitchen, and Grant took all the stuff out of my kitchen, and we turned chemistry into high-flying fun. That was Grant's role. Now watching that rocket soar was unforgettable. We also got in a little bit of trouble for that one, but that's a whole nother topic. We're gonna pretend like I didn't say that. It's definitely not on camera. It's not on the internet.
Let's see if we can use powdered sugar and kitty litter to make a homemade version that'll rocket up over 2,000 feet high and cost less than 50 cents to make. Okay, we've got everything we need, so let's get to work putting it all together. It's really important to drill this out very slowly and carefully, because remember, this is a rocket motor and you don't want to set it off by accident. And this one lit off. I was blown away by what it could do.
Next, let's talk about making a Slurpee out of anything. Now, my kids love Slurpees like crazy, which was one of the inspirations for this video, is how much our kids love Slurpees. Now, this experiment was a game changer for hot summer days. From cola to orange juice to how to turn your favorite drinks into the ultimate frozen treat. And we might have gotten a little bit of a sugar buzz along the way, which was not really welcome at the time with little kids. You know, the more sugar they have, the worse it is. But hey, you know, like, we're making it homemade. And I tell my kids, if we're making it homemade, we can have treats.
Now you can show your friends that it's just a normal soda, but watch what happens if we simply release the pressure, tighten the cap, and turn it upside down. In just 3 seconds, the entire bottle is turned to an icy soda slush. You could try keeping your soda liquefied by pouring it in a clean bowl, then freezing it by dropping in 1 flake of ice. These crystals will grow rapidly until your entire bowl is filled, and now we have another chilled soda ready for your enjoyment.
Now for those cold winter months, who could forget the hand warmer snowsuit, right? Now this DIY project turned an ordinary snowsuit into a personal heater powered by science. It was cozy, clever, and an idea that screams TKOR. And I'm sure Grant, since he was from Canada and shoveled more snow than he ever wanted to in his entire lifetime in the first half of his life, would have loved that project back in the day.
Today we're gonna see how much it'll heat a person up if they have 100 hand warmers taped to their clothing. I have no idea what's happening here. We got all of them on, so I'm pretty well covered, and I'm definitely starting to feel the heat. They don't warm up instantly, but as we've been applying them, Like, yeah, I can feel like heat points just all over.
Moving on to something that made us all feel like kids again, the DIY hovercraft. I still dream of having a hovercraft of my very own. So if anybody out there can invent that, please shoot it my way because I want to fly through this world. But using just a leaf blower, some plywood, and a little ingenuity, we proved you don't need a sci-fi budget to defy gravity. Kind of. Check it out here.
In today's video, we're going to try to build hovercrafts using battery-powered leaf blowers.
This might be the first hovercraft that is only battery powered.
And then there were super matches. This project took one of life's simplest tools, a matchstick, and turned it into something, well, super. Fire was so big, bold, and absolutely mesmerizing. And one of the things that defined the King of Random in Grant's era was fire.
This is the ultimate fire starter. It's waterproof, stays alight in wind, burns for about 4 minutes, and it strikes like a match. These are so simple, we're almost done. The only thing left is to soak them and cover them in wax. Once it starts melting the wax, that gas coming off the melted wax is flammable, and that is what's causing this to burn so vigorously.
Last, but definitely not least, we have metal foundry videos. These projects showed you how to melt down aluminum cans, other metals, and create something entirely new, from tools to art. The possibilities were endless. I remember watching Grant pour that, and I was mesmerized by the molten metal glowing as Grant would pour it into the buckets of sand that contained these foam molds that he had created out of, let's face it, his incredible ingenuity, and watching the top of it just melt and like poof up into this black smoke that just felt like, is this really what we do all day? What is this? Wow. Grant, you really were something else.
Things aren't always what they might appear to be. For example, this decorative houseplant you're looking at is actually an artfully disguised metal melting furnace. If we get it fired up, you can see the mini foundry gets so hot on the inside that it'll melt soda cans within seconds and fill a crucible with liquid aluminum. With this homemade furnace, we have the power to liquefy aluminum in the backyard and cast just about any object we can think of.
So there you have it, our ultimate TKOR DIY recap project. These experiments are just a few examples of how curiosity and creativity can leave something amazing. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff so you don't miss what's coming next. And as always, everybody out there, stay curious and stay random.